Hi, I'm Dave Parsh.
I'm Terry Speer.
I'm John Stuart.
And this is Beer Tasting at Riverdog Rewind. So Terry, we're here doing a beer tasting and we're talking about Martha Spencer and the Wonderland Country Band. Tell us how you heard about her.
Well, I was looking for publicity material for a young band that I booked here a number of years ago called the Wildmans. They were three, actually kids. They were like 17, 18 years old, I think. They were still living at home, homeschooled. And there wasn't a whole lot of material on them, so I was looking around and I found this kind of old-time flat-foot thing going on in Galax, Virginia, which is down near where the Wildmans live. So I was looking at that video, and all of a sudden Martha Spencer comes out on the stage and just does this phenomenal dancing thing. And she's a very intriguing looking person, very unique features and so forth. Anyway, she's just, can't take your eyes off of her. Anyway, so then I saw in the thing that Martha Spencer, blah, blah, blah. So I started looking for stuff about her and finally found her and contacted her. This was like after COVID, maybe shortly after COVID, and she agreed to come on up with a trio and perform in the barn. And we just had a great time with her. She's a wonderful person. And then this year she contacted me and asked if she could bring her new band up, and which had, I don't know, 4 people in it? Anyway, and so yes. We had another great show with Martha. And John was there, and Dave was there.
So John, this is your birthday today.
Happy birthday.
What's this beer that we're having? Snake Oil.
Snake Oil, all right.
Homestead Beer Company. It's John's birthday today. So...
I can't figure out where
12
that's
full
from.
ounces,
Carroll,
7.5.
Oh, Carroll, Ohio. Okay.
Carroll, Ohio.
Where's Carroll, Ohio?
I don't know.
What do you think of the beer?
I think it's
Beer's good.
It's good.
It's
I haven't
really
had it yet.
Very good. Yeah. Very good.
You know what? Let's get to the show.
Have a wonderful time, and let's get going with Martha Spencer and the Wonderland Country Band.
Thanks, Terry. We're real glad to be here this evening. Appreciate y'all coming out to listen. Thanks to Terry and Deborah for having us. And looking forward to a good evening of music, hopefully. And we're going to kick things off. We're coming from the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm a Virginian. Got a couple North Carolinians and Tennesseans, right where the tri-state area comes together, and Appalachia there. And so I grew up in a musical family, and we're going to kick things off with a fiddle tune I learned from my dad. Thornton Spencer, one about Highway 11 that runs through Virginia, one called the Lee Highway Blues. Turkey Folk Festival, and we were in Nashville, and been in Lexington. So we've been moving around a bit. We were overseas a few weeks before that. So this is probably a fitting one. This is one called "The Rambling Woman." We'll try a tune here. Like I said, I'm from a place in the Grayson Highlands. Has anybody been to Grayson County, Virginia, between Bristol and Galax? No? Okay, that's all right. Or Boone, North Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. So I'm kind of in that right in the middle of all those kind of areas. A place called White Top Mountain. It's Mount Rogers. It's the highest mountain there in Virginia. And like I said, I learned a lot from my family, the White Top Mountain Band. And my dad learned a lot from my uncle, fellow named Albert Hash, who was a fiddle maker and a fiddler, and had passed on a lot of the traditions to other folks. And he started making fiddles when he was 10 years old. He was too poor to afford one, and fell in love with a neighbor's fiddle, and just kind of thought how he could have one. And one night he had a dream. He made a fiddle, and he got up and tried to do everything he did in his dream. He made a little bitty one when he was 10. He kind of chiseled it out and found some horsehair off their horse buggy and a little willow stick and put it together, and did that when he was 10. And they kind of kept making them all the way until when he passed away. And he would do a lot of different eagles and hawks' heads and things like that. And his daughter Audrey kind of kept that tradition of fiddle making and dulcimer making going, as well as passing on. This is one made by apprentice of Parsh, Jackson Cameron, who I plays music with. But we'll try you a tune here that Albert played. I always like to kind of pay homage, because I think I think when, obviously your family, but I think also there's a tradition of kind of passing things down. It's a big part of the community where we're from, kind of just part of culture, and the idea of just living on, through generosity and love of music and things like that. So we're going to get Jake here. This is on the washboard. He's from Jonesboro, Tennessee, Johnson City area. This is Jake Wire, and we're going to get him to flat foot on this one. This is one, like I said, Michael Albert Clay called Rabbit Up the Gum Stump. All right. Nice job there, Jake. All right. Well, do we have any two-steppers in the crowd? Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you feel like two-stepping or slow dancing, you can grab you a sweetheart or not a sweetheart, whoever. And, this is one called "You Win Again." Well, the news is out all over town that you've been seen out running around. Well, I guess that I she'll give her heart. Oh, but all in vain. And someday say, little darling, you win again. You have no hope. Oh, you have no shame. You take true love and you give on flame. Well, I guess that oh, I should not complain. Oh, I love you still. You win again. Oh, I love you still. You win again. Well, we might try something just a little bit different. Every once in a while, my dad would do this trick. I don't know what inspired him to do it, but he'd play the fiddle with a toothpick. And so when I've got a toothpick along, every once in a while, I'll pull it out and we'll play it. So I know there's some good little snacks out there. Anybody needs a toothpick or something out there, just let me know. Anyway, you gotta rosin it up pretty good, and sometimes it'll run out of steam if you don't. It may still run out of steam anyway, but we'll try a little toothpick fiddling for you and see how it goes this evening. All right. Swapping around here, and over here on the bass, doing some mighty fine runs and keeping us all in time. Also from a musical family, and living now in Winston-Salem is Lou Furtado. And over here, getting the fiddle out, and should have tuned this guitar, but he didn't. Now I'm gonna have to tune it. Anyway, he's from Sparta, North Carolina, and give a hand to Lucas Paisley. All right. Well, we might try a song here that I wrote and recorded. I like to write songs, and we got any songwriters out in the crowd? Okay, well, good, awesome. Okay, well, I think it's a good way to get some, feelings out there sometimes. And this is one called Sometimes You Just Need Some Time.
Speaking of tuning.
Maybe you'd be good to check that fiddle. Just kidding. Where are you at? Too cocky over there. We'll be listening very closely. This little guitar hadn't been out for a minute, so sometimes these changes and we'll make them move around a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta roam. Sometimes you need to come home. And sometimes you just need some time to quiet down a whispering troubled mind. I heard you use the same line you first used on me as you sang those songs about our misery. And I sat and grinned and bared it through it all. But in my mind I was laying brick and mortar wall. And sometimes you just gotta roam. Sometimes you need to come home. And sometimes you just need some time to quiet down a whispering troubled mind. And I could always feel when it was time to go walking alone down another line. But I still hang around for just a while, because I could remember the smile. And sometimes you just gotta roam. Sometimes you need to come home. And sometimes you just need some time to quiet down a whispering troubled mind. To quiet down a whispering troubled mind. Well, you feel like fizzling the folks the tune?
I do. It's exactly what I feel.
What are you gonna do?
Let's do a little bit of the wild horse.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still adjusting just a tad. I tune because I care.
I do because she cares.
Somebody's got to care. Take a little pride. Yeah. with the candle lights and everything. Maybe we'll try a sweet song here. If you know it, sing along. It's an old country song. Hugh Marther wrote, and I know Dolly Parton did a nice version of it, and we like to do it, our version. But this is one called Old Flames, Can't Hold a Candle to You. Downtown tonight, saw an old friend, someone that I used to sing comfort from long before I met you. And I saw a spark in his eyes, a forgotten desire. With a touch or a smile, I could have rekindled that fire. But old flames can't hold a candle to you. No one can light up the night like you do. Flickering embers of love I've known one or two. But old flames can't hold a candle to you. Sometimes at night, think of old lovers I've known, and how holding them close to me made me not feel so alone. Then I feel you beside me, and even on memories are gone, like stars in the night, lost in the sweet light of dawn. And old flames can't hold a candle to you. No one can light up the night like you do. Flickering embers of love I've known one or two. But old flames can't hold a candle to you. Yes, old flames can't hold a candle to you. Well, being that we are the Wonderland Country Band, I wrote a little song here called Wonderland. My name's Martha Alice, so sometimes folks say I might be out in my own little Wonderland. Some folks are rude folks. I'm joking. Someone said, That's kidding. That's probably true. So here's a little original called Wonderland. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, Wonderland. Here I go falling down a rabbit's hole into Wonderland I roll. Well, if you kiss my lips, if you'd hold my hand, I might stay forever in your wonderland. Here I go falling off the edge. I can feel the butterflies that rush to my head. But if you kiss my lips, if you'd hold my hand, I might stay forever in your wonderland. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, Here I go falling off the deep end, swimming through visions of your Cheshire green. Well, if you kiss my lips, if you hold my hand, I might stay forever in your wonderland. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, Wonderland. Here I go falling, falling, falling. Well, I guess we'll do you a couple more and then take a little intermission. And Ken mentioned we do have some merchandise for sale if you're interested. We have a few records left with us and some CDs and some bandanas and some Abducted by Your Love hats. You didn't bring that theremin in here. Maybe
We'll get
next
it during the break. We'll get it during the break.
Yeah. So, but we'll have some stuff over there if you're interested. And I always say, have a special guarantee. You buy something and you take it home and you don't like it, you can mail it back to Lucas and he'll send you some stuff he don't like.
Guaranteed.
Anyway, all right. Well, oops, Daisy. Well, we'll try a tune here. Kind of inspired a bit by a band called Red Mountain Hilltoppers from East Tennessee. And like I said, I grew up going to a lot of fiddlers conventions. I don't know if y'all have any village conventions like this one? Or some festivals and things like that. But those are pretty big in our area. We all kind of grew up going to the Gay Lakes Village Convention and some of the others like Mount Airy and things. And there's a group called Reno Mountain Hilltoppers I grew up around playing some music with. And we kind of inspired a little bit by their version of this one. I know Lucas spent a lot of time playing with them too. And if you ever check them out, they're a pretty cool band. But it's one called Train 45. And sometimes, like I said, my parents would take me around to little dances growing up since I was probably in diapers. And that's how I learned how to dance, was just going around. It's still a big thing. Like, I would say 75% of the audiences back home a lot of times are dancers at a lot of the venues like the Boy Country Store or the Carnival, you'll see. So that's kind of how I learned how to dance. But for this one, I thought I might try a little train dancing. And sometimes some flat footsteps almost sound like a locomotive. So I'll try to see if I can start off slow and kind of gain some speed to kick this one off. Here we go. So, we'll start kind of slow. Since he's so bossy, I guess we'll just do one more and take a break. Just kidding. All right, well, you want to do a little? We might try, we'll get Lucas to start us off on a little dance. Maybe we'll all do, or several of us will do a little flat foot in the air. And then we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back. But don't go nowhere, we'll have some dulcimer, some theremin, who knows what. Yeah. Can't ever tell. But thanks again to Terry and Deborah here at Riverdog. You ready?
Hang on to your mic.
I've already fixed it. I figured out what's going on. I've already got it under control.
Okay.
Don't worry yourself about it. Unless you was playing to stomp pretty hard.
Mine fell off when you were there.
Okay.
Just giving you a heads up on
All
the
right.
style.
Got it.
Thank you all so much. Don't go anywhere. We got a great set coming up in the second half. And come check out the merch if you'd like to, or just come and chat with us. We'd love to get to know you.
So Terry, that was a great first half. What do you think of that toothpick fiddle?
Toothpick fiddle. Well, people just saw it. I hope they're not fast forwarding to us because we're not all that interesting. But the toothpick fiddle is something. It's one of the best moments of Riverdog history. I think it's absolutely incredible how she can play a full-size fiddle with a rosined toothpick. That's just not right. But it was right.
So John, it's your birthday today. Why don't you tell us about what you thought of the show?
I thought it was an amazing show. A lot of times we check out videos before we come to concerts. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to do this. I just looked over Debbie's shoulder. Debbie's my wife. And I saw this girl doing like clogging or flat stepping. I forget what it's called. And I thought, well, it might be kind of a gimmick show. Oh, no. This woman is so talented. I mean, it was just one thing after another, one instrument after another, one toothpick or just dancing. It was a whole show. And she played with heart and soul and authenticity. And I really liked it. Go see Martha Spencer, not Stuart.
Yeah, no, she definitely is the real deal. She's from the Appalachian Mountains and grew up in family band and playing festivals all around where she lived, and it was just it's in her blood, and she's passionate about it, and she brings it everywhere she goes. She's been all over the world and is a great ambassador for her culture.
So John, what's this beer that we're drinking right now?
It is a masthead beer.
Do you know what it is?
It's a double IPA Lean West, and it's very good. It's in line with the masthead taste. I think they are kind of known to have a certain fullness and quality to them, and it's right in line. If you like masthead any other IPAs, you're gonna like this one. I like this.
It's from Cleveland.
All right, let's get back to the show.
Should we start back? Are you ready for us? Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're getting started back with our second set. It was nice talking to you. Nice talking to folks during break, and thought I might start, since sometimes it takes a little moving around with the mics, with the dulcimer. As I mentioned before, that my cousin Audrey made dulcimers, and I have one of hers, but it has the wooden peg, so I thought, well, so recently I had there's another great luthier, a lady named Lisa Ring, who makes instruments just down the road from me, and recently in July I got this one, so I've been enjoying playing it, and so I took it out on some shows, and this one I had her make. It's kind of like inspired. I don't know, has anybody heard the old ballad, one of them old child ballads, Barbary Allen? Yeah, okay, yeah. So kind of like the rose and the briar, the story of the rose and the briar. So it's kind of got the rose going all the way up to the top, and then the thorn too, kind of entwined throughout it. It's kind of the inspiration behind the dulcimer, kind of the idea of like the artistry in it. And some old wood I got from where my mom's place is. But this is what I guess we call a Galax style dulcimer, which is Galax, like I said, near me, where it's kind of got a double back, where it's almost like a resonator, like you'd have on a banjo. And a lot of times in our area, people will note them with a note or a stick or whatever instead of like with a finger sometimes. But we'll try a couple with it, and maybe we'll do a little Barbary Allen. I guess that's one of them sweet ones, you know? Where, he says, I'm going to die if I can't have you. And she says, well, sorry. and then she starts to feel a little bad after he died. And she's like, well, maybe I'll just go die too. the whole story of the rose and the briar, I guess, how they become entwined. So we'll try it for you. they do noter. I lost my noter in Albuquerque, so I had to, a pencil would work. So hopefully all right. Well, feels a little bit better there, so we're good.
Okay, looks good.
All right, maybe I'll grab that guitar back.
Okay.
And you want to get the banjo?
Thanks.
Well, I'll tell you a story here about Lucas, why you might want to check that banjo tune. And I tuned it a little, but maybe a little tune. But Lucas here, like I said, he plays several instruments, and he's done quite a few different things in his lifetime. And he's taught some English besides playing music, and man, Lou's got the special touch. It's falling on me. But I guess for a while like I said, he's taught some English, done this and that, drove some buses. For a while there, he had him a job selling hog feed and chicken feed. And he got around all these different little farms in the area. One thing about Lucas here, he loves a little snack. He can, when he's driving down the road, he'll just take those popcorn bags. It's true, isn't it? But anyway,
So true.
there's this one lady, she was way up in her 90s, and every time Lucas would come by to bring her hog feed, she'd have a little snack, and they'd have a little visit, you know. And so he'd come in and chat. And one day he came in, and she hadn't fixed nothing, but they went in and had their little conversation, and he noticed this bowl of peanuts on the table there. So as they had their little, catching up on everything, he started kind of munching on them peanuts, and they got about halfway through their conversation. He said, "Oh, heck," he said, "I'm sorry." He said, I just about ate all your peanuts. And she said, "Oh, honey," she said, "now don't you worry about that." She said, "Ever since I lost my teeth, all I can do is suck the chocolate off of them anyway." All right, well, we'll try you a song here that we mentioned Boone, North Carolina. So, I have a neighbor who's a great luthier and musician named Wayne Henderson, who's right down the road from me. And he used to have these Christmas parties, and I remember sometimes getting to see Doc Watson down there, and he would play this one and sing it. And there's another fellow, you ever hadn't heard of Larry Sigmund, he's got a great version of this. Probably a little bit of both of theirs that have influenced me on this one, but this one called Way Downtown, or Late Last Night when we came in.
sounds good. Martha mentioned those fiddlers conventions earlier on, and just want to invite everybody to come down anytime you want to. In the summertime, just about every weekend, we've got a fiddlers convention in a different little town, and they're very often fundraisers for local organizations like fire departments or rescue squads or things like that. And basically, we all get together, we bring our campers and tents, and we have a fiddle competition and a banjo competition and some other competitions, but mostly we just sit around the campground and play a bunch of whole music all night long and just have a great time, and then we all go home and spend a week at home, and then the next weekend we go to a different town and do the same thing again. So you can come down anytime, just about any weekend and find a little fiddlers convention. It's a wonderful thing to do.
And I also ran a little music festival up on Grayson Island, where I'm from, called the Albert Ash Memorial Festival in memory of my uncle, and there's a lot of music there and dancing. So that's always Labor Day Saturday if you're not busy.
So if you come down, this is one that you'll be guaranteed to hear in the banjo competition, one called Mississippi Sawyer.
This is one I wrote and called Left Behind, and it's just kind of about, I guess, sometimes the feelings you feel when you lose people important to you in life. But anyway, we'll try it for you. And sure I belong. I'd rather be gone. My heart's not in this world like before. Maybe we'll swap around here, and I'll grab that fiddle back. Okay. And Jake and Lou and Lucas are all great songwriters and have some of their own projects too. Like I said, if you ever want to, if you ever want to follow along, you can find a lot of our dates at marthaspencermusic.com or on social media or all the streaming stuff and all that stuff. But I always say, if you enjoyed the show, tell a friend. If you didn't, please keep it to yourself. Say if you don't have anything nice to say. Don't say nothing. Anyway, but also I said maybe I'll do a fast one first here, and then we might get Lucas to sing one that he recorded that I got to do. His grandma and him kind of co-wrote together. And but first we'll play a tune. Kind of pick up the speed a little bit here. As soon as I get this, I cross tune this fiddle. Somebody was asking about tuning, so this is in kind of a special tune. We'll try an old tune called Nancy Blevins. And there was a lady, I think when my uncle was little, he remembered a lady named Nancy Blevins in the area playing this tune. So, fiddle player, we'll try it for you. Alright, stop the tune. Stop that. I digress there a little bit. I feel like we could use a little, So, Lucas, why don't you tell us a little bit about.
Well, my grandmother was one of my great friends in life, and I miss her every day. She was such a wonderful, interesting, inspiring person. And she wrote a lot of newspaper articles. She wrote a lot of poetry, and she was really an interesting woman in a lot of ways. She had 5 husbands. And, she buried every one of them. You'd think husband number 5 would have started to have caught on, but he didn't. He went in the ground just like the rest of them. But she loved to talk about anything, and she was full of spunk and life. She loved to kind of do things that would ruffle people's feathers or kind of shock people a little bit. And husband number 2 was named Don. We were particularly fond of him. They were married early on, but after they decided they'd get separated after they'd been married just a little while, but neither one of them wanted to pay for the divorce, and so they puzzled over it. They just decided, well, whoever wants to get married again first, then that person will have to pay for the divorce. And so Don wasn't in any rush at all. And he'd had about all the marriage he could handle. And so Ellen, my grandmother, she waited just as long as she could, and finally she found somebody else she wanted to marry. And she called up Don and she said, well, just meet me over at the lawyer's office and I'll pay for it. And so she did, and she moved on to husbands 3, 4, and 5. But Don stayed our close family friend, and they were best friends throughout life. And anytime she had a new potential husband or a new boyfriend, she'd bring him by to meet Don. And if Don liked him, he'd probably stick around for a while. If Don didn't like him, he was definitely straight out the door. And so anyway, Don actually never remarried, and when he died, she was in charge of his funeral arrangements. And so she had him cremated, and she put him in a Grolsch beer bottle. And she sealed it up, and she took a picture of him, and she taped it on the front of it. And that's what we used as a doorstop for the rest of our lives. And if she wanted the door kept open in the summertime, she'd say, well, go put Don by the door. We'd go move that Grolsch beer bottle in. So just gives you a little bit of a sense of the kind of fun and amazing woman she was. She was really inspired me in so many ways. But she left me a notebook full of song lyrics, and largely thanks to Martha's inspiration, and just in the nick of time as she was starting to slip into dementia, I started to take some of her song lyrics and put them to music. And my first CD has quite a few of her songs on it, and we were able to get it out in time for her to hear it. And then we would put little posts up on Facebook, and people would write things, and I'd read her the posts. And so we had a lot of fun with it, and I'm so glad that her music is out there, and I'm so glad that she got to enjoy it being out there as well. So, well, we'll give you one here, and Martha's talked a lot about her family, and it's called Soul Living On. It's just about how we live on through other people, and you can, if you ever get to listen to Martha's parents, there's tons of YouTube videos and stuff, but you can see a lot of them and her, and I hope there's a little bit of my grandma living on in me, and I just want to say I hope you've got some wonderful people living on through you, and I hope you get to live on through some wonderful people as well. So here's one called Soul Living On. Write the words that I've left unwritten. You go to the places that I would have gone. You take the many journeys I'd love to have taken, and your soul will be my soul living on. And your soul will be my soul living on. Your soul will be my soul living on. My eyes will continue to see where you look. You are so much a part of me. My spirit will become a spirit for you, and I will continue to be. And your soul will be my soul living on. Your soul will be my soul living on. I have been limited, I have been bound. With my love can rest peaceful, knowing my best, and you will continue to be, and your soul will be my soul living on. Your soul will be my soul living on. You say the things that I would have said, and you'll give the things that I'd love to give. You walk down the pathways that I would have walked. Thank God you have the privilege to live, and your soul will be my soul living on. Your soul will be my soul living on. Your soul will be my soul living on. Your soul will be my soul living on.
Well, why are we doing that little fiddle tune?
Okay.
Or we actually, no, I'll just change my mind, but you get the fiddle anyway. We'll try one here. This is, I like to usually do a Carter family song or two on the set. I grew up going to the Carter family fold. If you ever come to the area, it's still going to today. Ran by A.P. and Farrah's granddaughter, Rita. And we'll try one called The Sun's Gonna Shine and My Back Door Someday. Or March Winds Are Gonna Blow My Blue Sky.
Someday, sun's gonna shine, my back door someday. March winds are gonna blow my blues all away. Sun's gonna shine, my back door someday. Sun's gonna shine, my back door someday. March winds are gonna blow my blues all away. Sun's gonna shine, my back door someday. Sun's gonna shine, my back door someday. Sun's gonna shine, my back door someday. March winds are gonna blow my blues all away. Yes, March winds are gonna blow my blues all away.
All right. We'll try called Abducted by Your Love. And we've got the theremin going on. This is the old-timey theremin. I don't know if we have any fans of the theremin or not. Good. Yeah, okay. Wait till the end before you clap. You might not.
Let's see. Gotta work on this just a second.
All right.
This.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, that looks great. That masking tape keeping it classy.
This is gonna be about right. This is about as classy as it gets. Yes.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Nice. All right, are you ready?
Oh,
Don't let it get away from you. There. You got it? All right, are you ready? Yeah, don't you, don't mess up the fiddle now. There you go. All right. Are you ready? Abducted by your love. Well, I feel like I'm blind, but I can't identify it. Abducted by your love. Spinning around like a disc off the ground. Abducted by your love. Abducted by your love. Abducted by your love. Way up, up, up in a rocket ship. Ain't never felt something quite like this. Abducted by your love. You can hold my heart, you can be my mind. Abducted by your love. Going forward and back in time. Abducted by your love. Abducted by your love. Abducted by your love. Way up, up, up in a rocket ship. Ain't never felt something quite like this. Abducted by your love. Abducted by your
just never know what you're gonna get in the Wonderland show.
That's right. Well, I would say, anybody care if they hear the theremin again? I'm sure. Alright, well, had a good time tonight. Mama says she thinks I'm dissatisfied. Gonna kill myself right day and night. And some folks say I ain't right in the head. That was true. What would I do instead? For I never was a stickler. I am a woman of the road. I don't care about living forever. Just as long as I can live the way I want to. But I ain't dissatisfied. I just like the light. Anywhere you wanna go, I'll grab my hat and coat and we'll roll. For I never was a settler. I am a woman of the road. I don't care about living forever. Just as long as I can live the life I want to. I don't care about living forever. Just as long as I can live the way I I think I'm gonna play it, yeah. Let's do a little. Why don't you keep that keep that guitar. Alright, well, we'll try it. I think I did this one last time I was here. It's one I grew up playing, one called Ruby. And we'll try it for you, see if we can bust any lights. There's some pretty lights around here. Thanks, Ruby. Anything? Alright, you ready? Y'all ready? Here we go. Life in the valley after the sun. Life in the valley after the sun. Life in the valley after the sun. With the wavy on the blue.
Okay, all right.
I'll dance one more. So if you ever wonder about a flat foot step in your seat, you just step in the sun is a basic. That's one. And you can a little double toe, you got your shucks. Or step, 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 step. If you want to try windmill. Or what about sugar hill? Sugar hill. Sugar hill. That'll be good. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll get Linda to grab the guitar for this one. We'll do a little sugar hill. I got it.
Wow, that was something else, Terry.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Martha. She's so talented and so distinctive. And the show was, we're a little concerned it was even going to happen because Martha played the morning of the show. She had a gig at the University of Kentucky in Lexington. And then she and the band hopped in the car and drove up here. And I tried to tell her, you know, that's like a 6-hour drive. Are you sure you're going to make this work? And she said, yeah, well, don't worry. And however, I was worried all of us were worried all day that she was actually going to make it. And the show was 7:30 at the barn. And normally the bands get here like anywhere from 2 to 4. So we can haul the equipment in, do a sound check, they get something to eat, relax a little bit, change their clothes. But Martha got here at 7 o'clock for a 7:30 show. And they pulled up and hauled all their instruments into the barn, got set up, and I turned on the sound equipment. 5-minute sound check. That's got to be a record for me. We've had bands that have done 4 and 5 hour sound checks, and they're still not happy. But it ended up being really good sound. So maybe we're spending too much time worrying about things. But and they were full of energy, did a great show, and then they went to bed, and then they got up early the next morning and drove all the way past Buffalo for another festival. How they did it, I don't know, but we're glad that it actually happened.
So, John, what do you think of the show?
Oh, it was amazing. I was, having dinner, and it's like, the band still isn't here, and it's going on 7 o'clock, and it's like, this might be a disaster, you know.
I was thinking about having the two of you guys go up on stage and do something.
But they just rolled in, and like Terry said, they were set up, and it started, and it was like perfect, and it just didn't stop the rest of the evening. It was a fantastic show. It's one that I'm glad I didn't miss. There's been many of them like that out here at Riverdog, and if you haven't been out to Riverdog yet and you're seeing this video, you got to come on out.
So Terry, I think we should take the time to show Martha's website.
Okay.
Graphics going up right now. And then we're going to talk about our website.
Okay, and it's, what is it? Music at riverdog.weebly.com. But if that's too much to remember, just Google Music at Riverdog and it'll pop up. And it'll have a list of all the shows that are coming. It'll have links to our YouTube channel, which there's hundreds of great videos on there that Dave has produced, and
Deborah's videos.
And a few other people, including John, have contributed a little bit to the videos. But you can see a lot of what has happened here, and we'll hope that you'll come to a future show. Because this whole enterprise doesn't work unless people come out and enjoy it. And stay off the Netflix, stay off the Prime Video, stay off all that crap, and come out and experience live music. There's nothing like it. There really isn't. It's an experience that you shouldn't deprive yourself of.
I like to call it the Bluebird of the North Coast, because that's what you got here.
All right, so with that, thank you for watching Riverdog Rewind. So Terry, we're here today to do a beer tasting and talk about Martha Spencer and the Wonderland Country Band. So tell us about that.
Okay, first of all, we just finished, let's do it over again.
All right, here we go.
He did that on purpose. Keep them rolling.